Some people believe that elderly people die in their sleep because their time has come. But what if I told you that just last year, over 90,000 people over the age of 60 died during sleep, and that many of those deaths could have been prevented with simple day-to-day actions? It's not age that's killing these people, it's dangerous habits that seem harmless, but silently destroy our health while we sleep. And the scariest part? Many of these habits are recommended by misinformed doctors or have become routine simply because everyone does it. But once you understand what's really happening inside your body, it becomes impossible to keep sleeping peacefully, at least not until you fix this. In this video, I'm going to show you the 7 worst nighttime habits that put any senior's life at risk. Chances are you're doing at least 3 of them without even realizing it. We'll talk about food, room temperature, sleeping positions, medications, and even a very common behavior that seems innocent, but can double your risk of a stroke during the night. It doesn't matter if you're 60, 70, or 80 years old, your body still has the ability to sleep well, regenerate, and protect itself. But if these habits are part of your routine, you're unknowingly taking that ability away from it. And for those thinking, "Oh, but I sleep fine, I don't feel anything," be careful. The most dangerous diseases that show up with age develop in silence, and sleep is the exact time your body is supposed to be protecting itself from them. Got it? If your sleep is being sabotaged, your health is being sabotaged too, and here's the good news. Many of these habits are easy to change. All you need is the right information, and that's what I'm going to give you right here. If this topic already has you paying more attention, hit the like button, because this kind of content can literally save lives. Subscribe to the channel to keep getting videos like this, and tell me in the comments, have you ever suspected that the way you sleep could actually be harming you? You've probably heard that classic recommendation, drink plenty of water, right? Yeah, everyone repeats that, like it's the golden rule of health, but almost no one talks about what happens when you drink water at the worst possible time, right before bed. And let me tell you, if you're over 60, this little detail can make the difference between a peaceful night and a serious health risk. I'm not exaggerating. As we age, our organs slow down, and simple things like getting up to use the bathroom can become hidden traps. When you drink a lot of water at night, your bladder, which already has reduced capacity, fills up faster. That forces your body to wake up in the middle of the night, disrupting deep sleep cycles. And for someone with balance issues, poor vision, or limited mobility, this simple get up to pee can end in a fall. And we're not talking about a silly stumble. Falls in older adults are serious. Healing takes longer, fractures are common, hospitalization might follow, loss of independence, and for many, that's the turning point toward rapid health decline. Besides the physical risk, there's also the sleep disruption itself. Every time you wake up at night, your brain has to restart the entire process of entering deep sleep. So even if you fall back asleep quickly, the quality of that sleep is already compromised. Deep sleep is when the body performs essential tasks: cellular cleanup, hormone production, muscle recovery, mental balance. That's the time when your brain literally washes itself, clearing toxins that, if they build up, increase your risk of dementia, anxiety, and neurodegenerative diseases. There's another thing nobody talks about. Frequent nighttime urination can be one of the first signs that something is off with your kidneys. The problem is, since everyone thinks it's normal to get up once or twice to pee, these warning signs from the body get ignored. And then, when the diagnosis of kidney failure comes, people are shocked. But the signs were there every night, right in front of them. Not to mention, people who sleep poorly often try to make up for it during the day with more caffeine and naps at the wrong times, creating a vicious cycle. And I know it might sound contradictory. What do you mean drinking water is bad? But the truth is, it all depends on when you do it. Drinking water throughout the day, especially in the morning and afternoon, is essential. But after dinner, the ideal is to drastically reduce your fluid intake. Your body needs to rest, not process more water. Got it? A good rule is to finish your last strong hydration by around 7 p.m. After that, just take small sips if you feel thirsty. That alone will make a huge difference in how well you sleep and how safe your night is. So if you have the habit of downing a big glass of water before bed, thinking it's good for you, think again. What seems healthy during the day can be risky at night. Your body needs to rest, protect, and recover. And to do that, it needs uninterrupted sleep, not constant bathroom trips in the dark. Prioritize your safety, your peace of mind, and your body's intelligent rhythm, and remember, at night, less is more. Some people think there's no problem with having dinner at 9 or 10 at night, or even grabbing a little snack before bed. Oh, it's just some bread, a cookie, a little cheese. But the truth is, this habit, so common and seemingly harmless, is silently wrecking your health while you sleep. The human body has an internal clock, and it's not designed to digest food long after the sun's gone down. Late-night eating is one of the biggest enemies of deep sleep and worse, a gateway to diseases that creep in quietly over time. When you eat at night, your digestive system kicks into gear right when it should be shutting down. Your stomach gets active, starts producing more acid, your intestines go into overdrive, and your liver delays its natural detox process. And you know what that leads to? Reflux. That annoying burning sensation, trouble falling asleep, that heavy feeling in your body. And over time, serious metabolic imbalances. And if you're eating carbs or sweets at that hour, the damage is even worse. A spike in blood sugar during the night triggers insulin release, and that's a direct path toward insulin resistance, the first step toward type 2 diabetes. And it doesn't stop there. This whole process interferes with your body's melatonin production, the natural sleep hormone. Your system gets confused. Should it keep functioning like it's daytime, or is it okay to shut down now? That hormonal confusion delays your entry into the deepest stages of sleep, those precious phases when your brain restores itself, memories are consolidated, and your immune system reorganizes. You might sleep, sure, but you wake up feeling like you were up all night. And then the cycle repeats, daytime fatigue, more cravings at night, and your body gets more and more out of sync. Now pay attention to this. Recent studies have shown that seniors who eat late at night have up to 4 times higher risk of suffering nighttime strokes. That's because the blood sugar spike, followed by heavy digestion while you sleep, increases inflammation, blood pressure, and blood viscosity. And thicker, more inflamed, sluggish blood is the last thing an aging brain needs. It's like going to bed with a ticking time bomb inside you and not even knowing it's there. And if you already have acid reflux or snore, eating late just makes everything worse. Lying down with a full stomach makes it easier for acid to rise up, irritate the esophagus, cause micro-awakenings, and activate the sympathetic nervous system, the same one triggered by stress. Your body spends the night on high alert, trying to deal with that poorly digested food instead of resting. And the result shows up not just in your body, but in your brain, too. Loss of focus, memory lapses, irritability, and a constant feeling of exhaustion. That's why the ideal is to have your last meal at least 3 hours before bedtime and keep it light. Cooked veggies, lean proteins, maybe a small serving of healthy fats. No bread, no pasta, no fried foods, no sweets. It might seem hard at first, I know, but after a few days, you'll notice how your body responds better, how sleep comes easier, how your mood improves. Eating early isn't just about digestion. It's about respecting your body. It's about giving your system the chance to do what it needs to do at night. Regenerate. A lot of people sleep on their backs, thinking it's the most neutral, most comfortable position for the body. But in reality, it's one of the riskiest positions once you're over 60. And it's not just about comfort, it's about safety. Sleeping like that changes critical body functions during the night, especially in the brain and respiratory system. And the worst part? Almost no one links this position to the symptoms that show up afterward: fatigue, morning headaches, memory lapses, even mental confusion. When you sleep on your back, your tongue tends to fall backward and partially block your airways. That dramatically increases the risk of sleep apnea. That condition, where someone stops breathing for a few seconds multiple times throughout the night without realizing it. Each of those pauses is like a mini trauma to the brain and heart, cutting off oxygen, speeding up the heart, and keeping your body from reaching the deeper stages of sleep. And this cycle can repeat dozens, even hundreds of times in a single night. And the impact is huge. A recent study showed that older adults who sleep on their backs have up to 60% higher risk of developing dementia over the years. That's because this position interferes with the glymphatic system, the brain's cleaning crew that works while you sleep. It's at night that your brain flushes out toxins like beta amyloid, one of the proteins linked to Alzheimer's. If you block that process night after night, those toxins start to build up and slowly impair brain function. What seems like just a comfy sleeping position becomes a silent, cognitive threat. Another major issue is reflux. Sleeping on your back makes it easier for stomach acid to rise up into the esophagus, especially for those with a hiatal hernia or sensitive digestion. This nighttime reflux doesn't just burn, it irritates the vocal cords, worsens breathing, disturbs sleep, and causes micro-awakenings. And even more seriously, it can trigger silent choking episodes, especially in older adults who already have slower swallowing reflexes. There's also the heart to consider. Studies using heart monitors have shown that sleeping on your back increases the frequency of nighttime arrhythmias. That's because the weight of your body puts pressure on internal organs, and your heart shifts in position due to gravity. For those with high blood pressure, heart failure, or anyone with a stent or pacemaker, this is a serious red flag. What might seem like just a comfy position could be silently increasing your risk of a nighttime heart attack. The best position to sleep in, especially in your later years, is on your side, ideally the left side. This position helps with breathing, supports your brain's lymphatic system, reduces reflux, and improves circulation. And you don't have to change overnight. Place a pillow between your knees, support your neck properly, and try using a body pillow to keep from rolling over. Little by little, your body will adapt, and the difference you'll feel in the morning is incredible. Sleeping well isn't just about how many hours you sleep, it's about sleep quality, and the position you sleep in changes everything. You know that cozy feeling of lying down in a warm room, soft blankets, everything nice and snuggly? It sounds ideal, right? But what most people don't know is that sleeping in a room that's too warm is one of the biggest enemies of deep sleep. And when I say too warm, I don't mean a sauna. Just above 70 degrees Fahrenheit, 21 degrees Celsius, is enough to mess with how your body works at night. It may not seem like a big deal, but that slight increase in temperature could be robbing your health of something you won't even notice until it's too late. The human body has a natural need to cool down at night. When the sun sets, your system begins to lower your core temperature to signal that it's time to sleep. That's what triggers melatonin release, starts cell repair, and takes you into the deeper stages of sleep. Now think about it. If the room stays too warm, your body has to fight the heat just to do what it's supposed to do naturally. And what you end up with is light fragmented sleep, the kind that doesn't really restore you. Studies show that sleeping in an environment above 70 degrees Fahrenheit can reduce deep sleep time by up to 30%. And for older adults, that's a huge problem. Deep sleep is when your body releases healing hormones, strengthens the immune system, balances your metabolism, and most importantly, reorganizes your brain's memories. Without it, you wake up tired, achy, cranky, and more vulnerable to illness. And you don't even understand why. After all, you slept, right? But in reality, You spent the whole night tossing and turning, stuck in a state of alert, never fully switching off. And there's more. High nighttime temperatures have also been linked to spikes in blood pressure, increased heart rate, and low-grade inflammation. All of that puts extra stress on your cardiovascular system, and if you already have high blood pressure, heart problems, or a history of strokes, this one factor, room temperature, could be the thing that tips the scale. In other words, this isn't just about comfort. It's a real risk, an invisible one, but one that happens every single night. A lot of people are used to closing everything up, piling on thick blankets, turning off the AC because they're afraid it might get too cold. But here's the truth. What really protects your body isn't heat, it's balance. The ideal setup is a cool, lightly ventilated room with no stuffiness. Use a fan, crack open a window, choose lighter bedding. And if you get cold easily, a simple trick is to warm your feet. Thermal socks help keep circulation steady without raising your body's core temperature too much. It's simple, cheap, and way safer. Sleeping in a hot room might feel cozy at first, but it's slowly draining your health. It's taking away the very thing your sleep is supposed to give you, restoration. And the older we get, the more important that nighttime recovery becomes. Yes, the body ages, but if it sleeps well, it resists, protects itself, and even regenerates. Now, if you're spending the night battling heat, your body wakes up exhausted from a fight it never should have had to fight. This habit right here is so common that most people don't even realize how dangerous it is. You wake up, open your eyes, and immediately sit up and get out of bed. Seems natural, right? But for anyone over 60, that automatic impulse can be an invitation to a serious accident. Your body has just spent hours lying still. Your blood has pooled in the lower parts of your body, and when you stand up too fast, the blood flow takes a moment to catch up and reach your brain with full force. The result? Dizziness, vision going dark, weak legs, and all it takes is one wrong step to fall. This reaction has a name: postural hypotension. It happens when your blood pressure drops suddenly from a change in position, and it's way more common in older adults. The problem is, nobody warns you about it. It just feels like a little dizziness, but that little dizziness has sent thousands of seniors to the hospital with serious fractures, hips, arms, ribs. And sometimes the fall is just the beginning. Some people never walk the same again after something like that. Their independence disappears, and with it, their quality of life. And you know what makes this risk even worse? Certain medications like blood pressure meds or muscle relaxers, they make that blood pressure drop even more abrupt. So now you've got someone already vulnerable, their body is not fully awake yet, and they jump out of bed all at once. It's like their brain gets yanked out of sleep by a jolt. And if the room is dark, there are rugs, low furniture, or nothing close by to hold onto. The scene is set for a nasty fall. But here's the wild part. This can all be avoided with one simple move. When you wake up, don't get up right away. Open your eyes, take a deep breath, sit up slowly on the bed, wait 30 to 60 seconds, move your legs, feel your body. That's all the time it takes for the blood to redistribute, for your brain to reorient, and for your blood pressure to stabilize. It's a tiny ritual that can prevent a huge tragedy, and it's something your body will quickly get used to and thank you for every single day. Another important tip: prepare your space. Keep a bedside lamp that's easy to switch on, leave your slippers right by the bed, don't leave loose objects on the floor. If possible, install a grab bar nearby or have something sturdy you can hold on to. This isn't being paranoid, it's being smart. It's not about weakness, it's about prevention. With age, we can't count on having the same reflexes as before, but we can and should create a safer environment and adopt smarter habits. Getting out of bed in a hurry isn't bravery, it's carelessness, and that kind of mistake comes at a high price. One fall can change your life. What feels like just a rushed routine could actually be the beginning of a long journey of hospital stays, pain, rehab, and loss of independence. So repeat after me. Wake up, sit up, breathe, stand up slowly. It may seem like nothing, but it could be the one thing that keeps a normal day from turning into a disaster. That's what real self-care looks like. A lot of people treat snoring like a joke. Wow, you snored all night, followed by laughs over breakfast. But what no one realizes is that behind that annoying sound could be one of the biggest health threats for anyone over 60, sleep apnea. And the scariest part? It's silent. You don't notice it. You're sleeping, snoring, breathing poorly, stopping your breath for a few seconds, gasping for air, and this happens dozens, sometimes hundreds of times a night. While you think you're resting, your body is on alert, fighting to survive. Your breathing pauses make your oxygen levels drop fast, and when your brain senses that, it kicks into emergency mode, releasing stress hormones, speeding up your heart, tightening your blood vessels. It's like your body is going through tiny, invisible heart attacks all night long. Over time, this skyrockets your risk of high blood pressure, arrhythmia, heart failure, stroke, even dying in your sleep. And all of this can happen without you ever knowing because your brain doesn't even record those micro-awakenings. It's not just your heart that suffers, your brain starts to deteriorate too. The constant lack of oxygen kills neurons, damages memory formation, messes with your mood, focus, and energy. You wake up tired, unmotivated, forgetting little things. Your thinking feels slower, and you chalk it up to just getting older. But it's not. It's your brain begging for real sleep, for air that comes with quality and consistency. The cruelest part about sleep apnea is that it's underdiagnosed, especially in older adults. A lot of people think it only affects the overweight or the young, but in older age, even thin, seemingly healthy people can have it. That's because the throat muscles lose tone with age. They relax too much at night, and that makes it easier for the airway to get blocked. And when no one pays attention to the snoring or worse, thinks it's normal, the problem digs in and grows without resistance. The good news is there is treatment, and it can truly change lives. A simple sleep study can detect the problem, and depending on how severe it is, solutions can range from small habit changes to using devices that keep your airways open during the night. Some people say that after treating their sleep apnea, they feel like they've gone back in time. More energy, more clarity, more motivation to live. And it all starts with one step: taking snoring seriously. So if you snore or live with someone who snores loudly with long pauses or broken breathing, don't ignore it. This isn't cute. It's not just noise. It's a warning sign. It's your body screaming for help. Listen to it before it turns into something worse. Sleeping well is not a luxury. It's what keeps your heart beating, your brain working, your life moving. And snoring in this context is like going to sleep with a ticking time bomb. Now this one here is one of the sneakiest habits because it looks like self-care. A lot of people, especially as they get older, take medications before bed, thinking they're helping their body rest. A sleep aid here, a muscle relaxer there, an anti-inflammatory for back pain, a blood pressure pill the doctor prescribed years ago. And boom, a nighttime cocktail that seems harmless but could be overloading your body at one of its most vulnerable hours. And the worst part? It's all done with the best of intentions. The big issue is that an aging body doesn't metabolize meds the same way a young one does. The liver takes longer to break things down, the kidneys filter less efficiently, and the effects of certain substances can last way longer than expected. That means a pill that's supposed to just help you sleep could end up causing excessive drowsiness, mental confusion, loss of balance, nighttime falls, or even dangerous interactions with other medications. And it doesn't stop there. Many benzodiazepines, like diazepam, clonazepam, lorazepam, used for anti-anxiety or sleep meds, have a cumulative effect in the body. That means even if you take just a small dose each night, before long, you've got a high amount built up in your system, raising the risk of dependence, disorientation upon waking, memory lapses, and even symptoms of drug-induced dementia. And some people take these for years without ever having a doctor reevaluate them. There are also blood pressure meds that, depending on when you take them, cause sudden drops in blood pressure during the night, leading to dizziness upon waking, fainting, and serious accidents. Then, you have muscle relaxers that slow your reflexes and anti-inflammatories that put extra stress on the kidneys, especially while your body's resting and metabolism has slowed down. Mix all that together with a body that's already more sensitive. And it's like driving a car with no brakes down a dark road. But the point here isn't to stop taking meds, it's to take them smartly. Talk to your doctor. Ask if what you're taking still makes sense. Check if the timing is right. Are there safer alternatives? Medicine has come a long way. There are better options now, complementary treatments, small adjustments that reduce side effects and help you keep your independence. But that only happens if you ask questions, if you start the conversation, if you stop accepting that being drugged at night is just normal. Taking a bunch of pills and going to bed, thinking you're helping your health, might actually be the opposite. It could be stealing your clarity, your balance, your independence, and in old age, that costs a lot. Sleeping safely means sleeping peacefully, not numbed. Sometimes the best thing you can do for your health is to stand up, open the medicine cabinet, and ask yourself, do I really need all of this at night? That question might just change your life. So now you know, it's not age that weakens the body during sleep. It's the silent habits that pile up night after night. It's that harmless glass of water that throws your whole system off. It's the late-night meal that sabotages your brain. It's the wrong sleeping position, the warm room, the rush to get out of bed, the snoring no one takes seriously, the little pill you take every night thinking you're doing good. All of that together forms a web of hidden risks that directly affect your health, your safety, and your clarity. But here's the most important part. All of this can be changed. It can be corrected. It can get better. It doesn't matter how old you are now or how many times you've heard that it's normal to feel tired, to forget things, to wake up feeling bad. None of that is normal. It's common, yes, but common doesn't mean acceptable. Your body still has the ability to recover, to function with vitality, to give you nights of deep sleep and days full of energy. But for that, it needs your cooperation. It needs you to pause, to observe, to question, and above all, to act. Because those who take care of the night live better during the day. So if this video woke you up in any sense, subscribe to the channel to keep learning, protecting yourself, and growing with us. We're here to bring you what others don't talk about, to show you the details that make all the difference, and to make sure you get real information, no fluff. Leave a like and tell me in the comments, what surprised you the most? Which habit are you changing starting today? And send this video to someone you love, because we only share truths like this with people we truly care about. You never know how much difference one simple video can make in someone's life. See you next time.